Morena 4G. Hope you're doing well this morning. I wanted to talk to you today again about your narrative writing because most of you, all of you, should have discovered that I went into your work during yesterday. I've had a look at what's there, and I've written feedback about how you can improve it. Most of you are still jumping straight into the story and giving me action, action, action. And if you had paid attention to the requirements, you would have seen that the most important thing to do for this chapter, it's chapter 1 only, is to introduce your character, set up a story. Don't go into the story, just set up the very beginnings of a story and give us give the character some kind of problem that they are going to have to resolve. And in there will be some good sense of setting. Some of you just have to make sure that your writing is logical, because you jump from one thing to the next and I've got no idea of how you get to the next bit. You've got to remember that you want your reader to be entertained, yes, but your reader has to understand what's going on. And so you have to help them with the sense of it. So you need to take the next step and make it logical and believable. Even if this character is in unusual circumstances, it still needs to be believable. They need to be believable, and also, preferably, they need to be somebody that we care about and are interested in. So all of you have got work to do on that front today. Now, I'd like you to look at the screen because I just want to remind you about the resources. So this is today's screen, and your tasks are to watch this lesson and to edit and improve your writing. I want you to click on Turn In by 6 p.m. today, please. And these are the resources. I've asked you to do this. Read the Louis Saka chapter here again if you want to be reminded. Nothing very much happens in the story about Bradley Chalkers, and there's not an awful lot there. It's only 3 pages long, but it sets up a curiosity in the reader. What's going to happen next? What kind of person is this? Or we're getting a sense of what kind of person he is. So use that to help you. Please, you're going to have to look at your punctuation, a whole bunch of you. There's some slides there for you to be reminded of how to use punctuation, and then the all-important tips on when you start your paragraphs, because a whole bunch of you just writing blah, 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 and you need to be putting your writing in paragraphs. So take a look at that. Every a really new idea, a new time, a new place, and a new speaker, you jump down to and leave a line and jump down to the next paragraph. And finally, for the resources, this is the marking schedule which I put up yesterday. I'm just reminding you about it. I might just have to come over here for that. So this is what you're going to be marked on. Development of character and creation of atmosphere, level of interest created. And you can go right through from tone or register lack maturity, but reasonable, that's an achieved. Over here to excellence, commands interest, has fluency and flair. Here is important, the content, logical progression of ideas. You have to make it logical, guys. So take a look at that. All right, the final thing that I want to show you today is our actual next piece of work, because as of today, we are finishing this narrative chapter. I'm hoping to get your speech marks up onto the Google Classroom page today. So have a look for that. You'll get an email from me saying that you've got a mark there. Maybe not today, but definitely over the weekend, your speech marks will go up. And what we're looking at now is our static image unit. And I'm just going to talk you through a few things here, because if you remember, I talked to you about the fact that we were going to be making a book cover. So this is going to be based on your novel that you've started writing with chapter 1. So all those ideas about characters and what happens and the genre of your book and the feel of it and the atmosphere, you've all done that. So to make a book cover now should be a reasonably straightforward task, and hopefully quite fun to do that at home while you're stuck at home on the computer. So let me just go through these slides. Static image is an image or picture that is still. It has a purpose. It has a target audience, and it wants to convey a particular message. So when you're dealing with a book cover, obviously you are conveying a message that this book is a great book to read. Okay, so everything that's on that book cover is selling the book, so that you take it off the shelf in the library and you read it or you buy it in the shop. You need to think about all these things, and these slides will go up on GrammarNet under static image in a file at the bottom, towards the bottom of the GrammarNet page. So dominant image, layout, foreground, background, all these different things to think about when you design your book cover. What colors are you going to use? How will you run the background? Will it be dark to reflect the somber nature of your plot? What will it be like? Very important, because you're going to write a blurb on the back, is the use of these sorts of language features. Metaphor, simile, personification, sound devices, persuasive language features. You don't have a lot of space on the book cover, and you're required to do 50 words only. So there's not a lot of room to do a lot of this, but you need to think carefully about your blurb. So here were some examples. And remember, these are reasonable examples of the front part, but I want you to be, sorry, I've just got to go back to my work here and find the examples of static image that boys have made in the past. So here's one. And what you're needing to do is to design a front page. This is all on an A4 page. So you've got a front cover with a striking image, author's name. You've got a spine down the middle, so you're going to need to work out how you're going to do that. And here's your blurb. Lots of boys put barcoding on to make it look really realistic, and some quotes from important critics, the Washington Times, Los Angeles Times, and so you ought to be able to have a lot of fun with this. I'll show you a couple more. Whoopsie daisy, where did I go? Here's one. The truth is out there, Area 51 raid. And this is his back. Look at the effective writing that he's got here. It started just as a joke. Simple sentence. Starts a new paragraph and gives us some more information about the story. So you'll have a bit of time. I'm going to give you time to craft the back, but what I want you to do today, especially those of you who are well ahead with your narrative writing, is to be starting to think about how you're going to design your book cover. So just to let you know that with your Grammar email address, and you should be using your Grammar email always for any work that you do on Google Classroom, not your home addresses. So I'm introducing you here to Canva. Canva is something that you will automatically have an account for, with your school account. Go to canva.com. So canva.com. Hold on a second. Let me show you that. Canva.com. This is templates now, but just canva.com, and you will be able to design all kinds of things on the computer. So there's templates here that you can use: flyer, card, infographic, video, your story, invitation, business card, brochure, all these millions of things. Somewhere there is a book cover. Now here's a book cover, but they don't do the book covers the way we need to do them. Here's a bunch of examples. If you see, you can see these ones down here. Oops, there we go. These are all book covers, but they're only the front part. I need you to work out somehow. You need to turn this landscape and make sure that you've got a front cover and a back cover and a spine. So that's what you've got to have in your mind for today's work. Finishing off your narrative chapter. Lots of you have got lots of work to do today on that. Give it a go, because you've made a good start, most of you, and you've got some great ideas. Please, the final thing that I want to say about your narrative chapter is show, not tell. Think about the ways that you can say things and give details that allow us to get to know what kind of character you have presented. If you remember those lessons early on in lockdown, they were to get you thinking about how authors show things about a character or a setting without just saying, he was, blah, 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 blah. Try to be as clever as you can with the way you show your character. All right, that's enough from me. I hope you have a great day. It's nearly Friday. Write me something good and keep emailing me. So back to here, please keep emailing me. You can also add comment. Click on this, that's a public comment, or use the comments in the Google Classroom to talk to me. Okay, keep in touch, and I look forward to seeing your work this evening. Have a good day. Bye.